Hi, I'm Tessa Rickard, your gut health nutritionist. Did you know that you are completely unique? You need a bio-individual approach to diet that takes into account things like your genes, your personal response to different foods, your ethics, and even your values, because what you eat needs to align with you and who you are as a person too. Some really helpful questions I like to ask are, what did your ancestors eat? Or what kinds of meals did your great-grandmother consume, for example? Your nationality and traditional diet might be completely different to the cultural diet of which you live now, where you live now. Our bodies are not mechanical machines with an input and a predictable output. We are all bio-individual and highly complex, and what we eat should reflect that. Don't get me wrong, there are some extremely helpful therapeutic diets out there, some of which I've used myself, like the autoimmune protocol, and they can be really helpful when you're in a sticky situation and you've been diagnosed with one of those rare conditions. However, these should always be a short-term approach. But for someone like you who knows that their gut could do with some TLC, you want to know how to be healthy, you want to have great digestion, and you want to have a healthy, pain-free poo every day. What on earth are you supposed to be eating? I get it. It's a total minefield. I wanted to create something easy for my clients, a system that would really easily transition them away from the SAD diet, also known as the standard Australian or American diet, and onto a whole foods diet with a balanced way of eating that ensured they were getting enough macro and micronutrients and, of course, fiber, while removing all the confusion. But it had to be doable. It had to be flexible for those with food sensitivities and even food aversions, because not everyone likes kale or mushrooms. It had to be suited to different nationalities, different values, and of course, it had to be delicious and filling and make you feel amazing. I call it the ideal plate, and I cover it a lot more in my 6 Days of Digestion mini e-course, but today I wanted to share the main principles with you today. Now, if you're on my email list, you'll have received your very own copy of the Ideal Plate Visual Planner earlier today when my newsletter went out. So please print it off. It's absolutely gorgeous. I had a talented illustrator make it up for me just so that it would look great on your fridge. So, here it goes. Number 1, it's one of the main principles. Half of your plate should contain green, non-starchy vegetables, or at least mostly green. A quarter of your plate should contain colorful or starchy vegetables or plant-based foods such as legumes. This will be individual for some people. If you need to maintain a healthy weight for a little while, it might be good to focus on some of the colorful non-starchy vegetables in that quarter. And the last quarter is divided into proteins and fats. A protein serve around the size of the palm of your hand is ideal. Now, this can be high-quality grass-fed meats, pastured eggs, wild-caught seafood, or, of course, vegetarian sources of protein, such as tempeh or legumes. For fats, you can include a drizzle of olive oil, some avocado, butter, or ghee. You get the picture, just a little bit. And next, think about how you can optimize the meal. What nutrient-dense herbs, spices, nuts or seeds, or even condiments can you add to boost the goodness of your plate and make it taste even better? I am not a fan of restrictive diets and controlled eating. I stand for food freedom and incredible tasting meals that bring you joy. So there's only 2 rules to healthy eating in my books. Number 1, JERF, just eat real food, and balance. Digestion works best when you are eating balanced whole food meals. So if you need to improve your digestion, this is something that you really need to focus on. If you want a copy of my Ideal Plate Visual Planner, then please contact me and I'll email you one. And you can also keep an eye out for my 6 Days of Digestion mini e-course, which will cover this in a lot more detail. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and please share this with any loved ones who you think might benefit. I'll see you in a fortnight.